Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Man, it's a beautiful day here in Texas. It's finally not a million degrees. It's only like 85. It's like a cool front came through. It's amazing. So we had an incident at the house last night, and one of our favorite things, well, it's still our favorite thing, but it's no longer a part of our family. We had an accident, and now we have to go shopping for a replacement. Our pit boss last night did not do so well. As you can tell, the paint has been changed, and when I open it up, you can see it looks like it was very hot. Very, very hot. So, before we get into what happened, let's take this moment to thank today's sponsor and the sponsor of this video, Jackery. We've been using the Jackery 1000 version 2 for quite a while. If you've been with us for any amount of time, you know we used to travel full-time in RV as a family exploring the United States. So when we were camping, the Jackery was there to help us cook and maintain power in the RV when power wasn't always available. And when we went on adventures, we always took it with us to power our portable fridge. That way we always had refreshing snacks and drinks while out exploring America. And now that we've settled down and have a home, we use the Jackery 1000 more now than we ever did before, because every single day it powers the portable cooler in our landscaping trailer for all of our employees to have refreshing drinks throughout the day. And one of the biggest benefits of having the Jackery available to us is whenever we lose power here at the house, we've actually used it to run the internet, the TV, the air fryer, and the microwave to cook food, as well as run a small AC to try to keep us cool until the power came back on. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is the best portable power. Built for family adventures and peace of mind at home, with 1500 watts of power, it keeps the fridge, the kettle, and even the portable AC running during outages. And it powers camping and off-grid road trips. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is our go-to power hub for keeping families connected at home and outdoors. And if you were looking to get your own Jackery 1000 version 2, you're in luck, because they have the biggest sales of the year coming up. On October 7th and 8th, this Prime Big Deal Days, you will get the lowest prices of 2025 with up to 65% off your Jackery portable power station. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is stronger than the competition, with output power of 1500 watts and surge of 3000 watts. It's got a 1070 watt hour capacity with 1500 watt AC output. It will power the fridge for 12 hours, coffee maker, cooker, lights, and more, all at the same time. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is faster than the competition, with a 0 to 100% charge in just 1 hour. It has emergency charging capabilities from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour. The standard AC charging is 1.7 hours, and solar charging is 3.8 hours with 2 Solar Saga 200 watt solar panels. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is smaller than the competition. It's so small it's actually 18% smaller than its first generation, making it convenient to fit right into your lifestyle. The Jackery 1000 version 2 is lighter than the competition. At 10.8 kilograms, it's 30% lighter, and it has a foldable handle. The Jackery 1000 version 2 also has multiple ports, so you can power everything in your life, whether you're at home or off-grid. It has 2 USB Type-C outputs rated at 100 watts. It has 3 AC outputs and 1 USB Type-A output, giving you the options to power multiple devices at one time. The Jackery 1000 version 2 comes with a long battery life, 4,000 cycles to be exact. The Jackery 1000 could be used daily for over 10 years and still keep 70% capacity, thanks to the Life PO4 battery. The Jackery 1000 version 2 has been awesome for us and our family, and we recommend getting Jackery's exclusive dual product bundle. Enjoy the biggest discount of the Prime Big Day Deals with up to 65% off your Jackery purchase. It's perfect for essential home backup. It can power multiple rooms at once, so your family stays worry-free no matter where you are. Once again, thanks to Jackery for sponsoring this video and their continued support of this channel. Make sure you go check them out on the Amazon Big Prime Day Deals. They have awesome savings this time of year. So, back to the barbecue pit. You guys know I was looking for a pit to replace this one, because this is the one we used when we traveled in the RV, and it was awesome. Great. But now that we have a house, my only hang up is I have a hard time cooking for a lot of people with something this size, meaning I can't really cook for anybody other than my family. So whenever I have people over, this doesn't really work because you can't fit much on it. And I've been thinking about getting a bigger one, using this one for the family and the bigger one for friends. Well, it looks like this one is no longer going to be working for the family. So last night, I was cooking chicken wings and working on some videos for you guys. Have a little timer. I come and check it every 30 minutes. Always been that way. Everything's worked. When I came out last night, there was an error code on the screen right there that I've never seen before. We're going to plug it back in to see what it does right now. All right, no error code. Let's see if it works. What? Okay, so is that real? Okay, so there's a problem. It thinks it's 30 degrees out. So that's probably not gonna be great. You can see there's even some heat marks around this. I really want to know how hot this really got. I'm actually gonna leave it running to see if it starts up, because it does have pellets in it still. I just want to see how much damage it did. You guys see how bad that is? So anyway, I came out here and there was a code there I'd never seen before. The pit was off, but man, was it hot. Like, you could get right here and feel the heat, and you can see it burned up. I couldn't even open it. I had to pry it open, and when I did, let's just say it got so hot. I had chicken wings on there, and the chicken wings turned into ash. Literally crumbling, just like this. This is my paint. Look at the paint on the inside of my lid. That's not great. Oh, okay. It's trying to do something. 50-50 on whether or not it starts. But yeah, so I didn't cook dinner very well last night, and I believe that the pit boss is probably retired, because it's definitely not that nice out. It's hotter than 30 right now, or 0 Celsius, if you're from up north or anywhere else but America. So anyway, now we probably can't cook on this either. So we actually do need a new barbecue pit. And I wasn't really planning on buying a barbecue pit today, but I do like to barbecue because I'm in Texas, and that's what we do here. This is actually the second tabletop version I've had that has caught on fire like this. And almost every time it happens, it's because you went over 300 degrees. These things are awesome if you keep them below 300 degrees. Below 300 degrees, you cook everything on 250 for low and slow, this thing lasts forever. Every time I've gone 300 or more, there's been an issue with the unit catching on fire. And I think it has to do with just how small it is and how close the flame is to the grease area, because it always catches stuff down there on fire below the grating. And almost every time when it happens, it's actually very dangerous. Like if it's on fire and you open that lid, it will come shooting out. Also, because it's plugged in, it has a fan running, it doesn't just turn off because you do this, because the fan keeps running. So whenever it happens, you actually have to just unplug it and leave the lid closed, let it put itself out. Because as soon as you open it, it'll almost all the time flare back up. And it's super dangerous, super sketchy. By the way, we have not seen flame yet, and it still says it's 30 degrees outside. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably not gonna work anymore. And even if it does, I'm not sure I'm gonna cook on it, because we've baked paint, or powder coating, or whatever they coat their lid with. That's all in here. Probably not great for your food. Probably not a great seasoning to add a little bit of paint chips to it, or whatever those are. Probably not good for us, and in 30 years we'll probably have a commercial about, did you cook on a pit boss 30 years ago? You might be entitled to. So there's a problem there, because I need to cook for my family, and I don't have a barbecue pit to do it on. So I wasn't ready to buy one, because I was gonna wait till the next season, because this thing works just fine. But I don't know what to do, because I really love pit boss. I had a giant pit boss before we went RVing, and it was amazing, but I did a very good job of keeping it clean all the time. I also had a job where I worked all the time, so I didn't cook on it as much as I do, so that's probably why I never had a problem out of it. I've never heard of problems with Traegers or Rectex or all the other ones, but then again, I've never gone looking for problems to see if they had the same flare-ups. I've only actually ever had this problem on the very small ones. Also, I'm not sure. Do I want to stick with a pit boss or a pellet grill type cooker? Or do I want to go old school? Because I am in my 40s. I'm supposed to be into grilling meats because I'm not really a history guy. So maybe I should go smoker, actual real fire, and learn the art of barbecuing. Yeah, I know, that takes more time and more effort, but it also requires more skill and more pride when you're done. Or do I want it nice and easy? Because that is so easy. You literally set it and walk away. And most of the time when you come back, it's not on fire. But every once in a while, you get to go to town and buy dinner for the night. Whoa, new noise. New noise. I don't think it's gonna work. It's probably not gonna work. So, if you were me, would you go get a replacement for this until you're ready to spend the money on a real barbecue pit that you want? Or would you bite the bullet? Go buy one today, because I haven't done enough research to say that I want one more than the other. I do like the pellet grills. I just don't know what brand to get. Traeger seems awesome, but I know that the same guy who made Traeger also works for this company. So now I'm concerned, why are they double the price if they're the same stuff built by the same man? My most favorite one I saw was Rectech, and they're pretty affordable, they're kind of in the middle. Seemed very heavy duty and seemed like a nice machine. I just don't know that I love it, but it is nice. And then there's several barbecue smokers I could buy that were old school, just light the fire and watch it. I just don't know what I want to get, guys. Okay, I think you've had enough. You're obviously not working anymore. Let me unplug you so you don't become a fire hazard. For sale, Pit Boss tabletop pellet grill, slightly used. May or may not work. Give me the money first and let me leave your driveway before you try it. I'm just playing. I wouldn't sell that to anybody. That's probably going in the trash can because it's probably not worth salvaging. They're not that expensive to begin with. And it's been around for like 3 or 4 years, so it's had a good run. I hate to say that it died here at the homestead, but now it's time to go shopping. And because this video is being made almost real time, you guys can respond to me right now, and I'm probably actually still shopping for the grill. So let me know, what should I do? Because I wasn't prepared today, so I'm kind of going shopping with the intent of not bringing home a grill, but maybe I will, especially if one of you guys let me know which one I should get. Should I go get one from a box store, or should I order one online? There's so many suggestions you guys gave me. I just want to buy one that's going to be awesome and be great for me and my family. I want it to be simple and efficient, but I also want to feel like I'm actually barbecuing. So I don't know, smoker versus pellet grill. I do know I don't want gas. I don't want a gas grill, but I do like the idea of the pellet grill. But also, maybe it's time to put your big boy pants on and start grilling with real fire. You guys let me know. I'm shopping right now. I'm waving the white flag. Please help me out. What should I get? Thanks for watching. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.